Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa Psychic Investigator. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa Psychic Investigator. So today's topic, as usual, lately, is intense. It's guys. This man, this thing, Orangino, trash, whatever. It's unbelievable the amount of stuff, the amount of crimes he's been involved in. But there's some breaking news related to Jack Smith, and that's what we're going to talk about. And it has to do with the documents case and the facts. Guys, it's like I think I looked into it, but I honestly, it's like I forgot. And then somebody mentioned this on Twitter because it broke yesterday. Something about Jack Smith, and this is about Trump showing people the USA attack plans on Iran. Hello. And remember how Russia, right? Russia was giving Iran all the information about all these all the troops, right? And all like a lot of stuff. I wondered where did they get the informations? So either Iran has because think about it, if somebody's gonna attack you, right? Let's say there's a nation that always talks about doing something to you, they threaten you. What is what would help you the most is knowing exactly what they're going to do when they attack you, right? Exactly what their plans are for the attack so you can prepare yourself. So that appears to be what Trump gave to Iraq or Iran. I don't think directly, but doesn't make sense. Oh, guys, refresher. Russia and Iran are their oldest allies to each other. So of course, if whatever Putin have, he will have given to them. If Trump didn't manage to sell it or whatever, right? I don't think. I mean, we'll see. That's what I'm gonna ask. But this guy's, talking about treason, and as I said before, the military would have to remove him. Like this is real. This is real. Because somebody had told me this man would be a president. There would be a president who would do all these things. It's like no, like I wouldn't believe it, but here we are. And again, the great mystery of why nobody does anything. It's like, wow. I wouldn't say nobody, but so many people in power seem to have misgivings and it's like, oh well, whatever it is. I don't know why. But this thing needs to be removed yesterday. Yesterday, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. The guy is like the biggest traitor of all time. Okay, so let's let's get into it. I don't think I did the protection. Let's do the protection. I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good and only the good, and so it is. So the story is that apparently Democrats were sent mistakenly documents so they received documents from the Justice Department that showed that the nature or more details about Trump's mishandling of documents in the documents case. Now, what's really interesting, guys, we're going to look into the information, but I saw this and then I was on Twitter and somebody has said, oh, I don't think there's yet evidence of it. But they said, Trump sold the Iran war plans. I think, I feel like I've talked about it, but it's coming out more and more. And so I tried to look for information to fact check, and I ended up on this website, factcheck.org. And in fact, we don't know yet the like the like the financial terms, whatever transaction quid pro quo related to why he kept the information, right? But we know that he showed documents related to Iran, because I'll tell you more. And I'm going to read the other thing. So this is the MFer who is sending out troops out there to get killed, because that's what's going to happen, right? And like I said earlier, just now, if you're going to attack a country and you give them the plan of attack, they're gonna hit you hard, right? It's common sense. And so, we're seeing how, of course, Iran is not stupid. They're, if this is the thing to learn also about people and institutions that don't have a lot of money, they have a lot of smarts, because that's how they survive in a really world like that. So there's smart people, you can't deny that, right? So they're like, oh, we have their game plan, right? And this is true of sports, of anything. If you have the opponent's game plan, that's like 90%. So this is what he showed people. In other words, he kept it to himself, this like war plan. And this MFer is sending people to the Middle East to die, because that's what would happen. And guys, like I said, the Card Island situation, I said this big, like, below, like, light thing. They can't go into that. It's mind. It's mind. Like, really. Again, common sense. The guy's like, oh, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go there. What are they going to do? They're going to mine the place. And that means anybody who gets close, they're going to get blown up instantly. And it's telling me, no, Rose, it's not going to happen. But this is like the capacity this man has of killing people, right? His own citizens that he was supposed, his job is to take care of them, to watch out for them, to watch out for the country, right? No, 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 no. He's willing to do that. I don't know. I mean, really, he's not, I don't know. I guess he's human technically, but it's completely like devil material. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, so let's we have to find. I have to read this for you, because it's relevant. It's very relevant, and I honestly, I don't know. This is the thing. This is the big smoking gun here. Okay, and I don't think it was an accident. I think somebody in the Justice Department was like, "Hey, bitch, I'm gonna tell you something. I know what this motherfucker's been up to. I'm gonna send the motherfucking thing in. I'm gonna say what he's been up to." And it's saying, but in the spirits are like, but it could actually have been a coincidence. We made that person because I don't. It's saying it would have been too dangerous for them. It could have been actually an accident that we made it. Spirit saying, but it's it's this, like, really, for reals, for real. So let's look. Let's look into this together. So I'm going to read you the headline, then I'm going to play a video of MSNBC because they got the information. Okay. All right. So Jack Smith memo contains damning evidence about Trump's handling of classified documents, top Democrat says. The memo obtained by NBC News suggested the former president took classified documents accessible to just a handful of government officials and materials related to business interests. I'm going to read a summary that somebody wrote here about what was in this thing, how bad it is. Okay. So, breaking: Republicans are investigating Jack Smith, but ignoring what he found. New bombshell reporting from MS Now. Smith uncovered evidence Trump took top secret docs tied to his business interests. Investigators saw this as a possible motive for keeping them. Trump allegedly showed a classified map on a private plane, took documents so sensitive only 6 people in the U.S. could access them. Hundreds of classified records found at Mar-a-Lago after subpoenas. Grand jury indicted Trump on 37 counts. Like, that's the reality, okay? That's the reality. And I have to say, somebody left a comment yesterday. As I had mentioned something about Iran, and they're like, oh, Iran, it's not that this and that, but, the women are, it's something like a way the women are treated in Iran. I never want to hear this thing again. I'm sorry. Because we have yesterday we had a woman arrested and charged with murder in Georgia because she took abortion pills. Okay? We have an actual rapist, a child sex abuser of children, president. Like, seriously, even just put yourself in the shoes of somebody over there in Iran being like, wow, those people have some nerve telling us that we're doing something that's not to women. Look at them. Like, seriously, we are not in the position. We are not in the position. We do not have the moral high ground to do anything to anybody. because this is egregious. Like this is, and the guy, this is just for starters. And then the guy sells the war plans to the countries attacking, and then his own troops are going to get killed. Like this is it's like if the devil could design a person, that's him, right? And all the awful things motherfucker's done. I'm laughing because it's like, wow. So let's get started. Okay, let's get. I mean, I'm ready to get started, but let me play the video, and then we're gonna ask to. I mean, what else? Like, really? It's because I think honestly, that's it. I've had enough. It's done. Guys, remember when I had said this about President Biden about his cancer? The cancer is done. That's how I feel. It's done. It's over. Let's celebrate because that's it. You can't go on like this. Come on. Are you effing kidding me? Are you sending children, children in the sense of military, young people to die when you have sold war secrets to the enemy? I don't think so. It's over. I don't think so, bitch. I don't think so. Okay. Okay. So, uh, okay. Let's go listen. Let's go listen to a video. Okay.
What did the new case records reveal?
Yeah, and as actually a very interesting disclosure that we got last night, we were able to review a 2023 prosecution memo, a progress memo that Jack Smith had authored in 2023 about those three items that you just listed, where Smith essentially concluded that Trump was largely driven by primary motivation connected to his business interests.
This is what's been reported, which isn't much. And I just went to the New York Times, nothing on the headline, right? Nothing on the front page. So, but it is it. I don't see how, the country is over, right? Like if there's nothing's done after this, that's just ridiculous. So I really feel like this is it. Okay. Like it can't, maybe, I'm wrong, but there's going to be, I don't know what else can be, right? But this seems really very significant. So then let me just go to the fact check situation, and then we can read and see. That's it. All right. Then ask the questions, but I want you to have all this information so that you know how the facts connect. Okay. So this is the comment that got me going today. And I was like, what? And that's when I simply looked up Trump documents case Iran maps. And that's when I saw that's it. It's Iran. He had documents related to Iran. Like I said, I think I've talked about it before, but now it's all coming together, right? And so this person's comment is brilliant. It says, we will find that Trump sold the Pentagon's plans for possible war with Iran to Iran in 2021. Trump is the greatest traitor in history. Period. 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 Okay? So here's factcheck.org. Trump Iran and the highly confidential document. This is from 2023. In an interview with Fox News, former President Donald Trump denied showing a classified plan of a U.S. attack on Iran when he met in July 2021 with four people who lacked security clearances. Contrary to an audio transcript of Trump contained in the 37-count federal indictment against him. Trump told Fox News anchor Bret Baier that he didn't have a document per se, and suggested that instead he showed his guests copies of newspaper and magazine articles. But there was no document, Trump said in an interview aired June 19th. What the indictment says. The indictment contains the transcript of an audio tape of the July 2021 meeting. Trump is heard discussing what he says is a highly confidential plan of attack that is still a secret. Update June 27th, CNN obtained a copy of the audio that verifies the transcript in the indictment. Indictment, United States versus Trump. Upon greeting the writer, publisher, and his two staff members, Trump stated, "Look what I found. This was a senior military official's plan of attack. I read it and just show it's interesting." Later in the interview, Trump engaged in the following exchange. Well, with the senior military official. Let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said, I wanted to attack country A. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look, this was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. Was him. This was the Defense Department and him. My God. And then later here, in the same transcript. Trump, by the way, isn't that incredible, Staffer? Yeah. I was just thinking, we were talking about it, and he said he wanted to attack country A and what? You did, Trump. This was done by the military and given to me. I think you can probably write. Wow. Okay. And at the very end here, Trump, now I can't, but this is still a secret, Staffer. Yeah, now we have a problem. Now, this is an indictment. There's the audio for this. I'm not going to play this. I'm going to look for it. Okay. So anyway, so now here's another, because this person is it's fact checking, right? All of this. The chief. By the way, I'm going to put the link for this article so you can read it and forward to whoever you want. Meadows. So this is a book. Meadows' book is a memoir of his time as Trump's chief of staff. In the prologue of the book, Meadows criticizes Miley, who is described as one of several aggrieved former officials, and includes the version of events that Trump described at the tape meeting in 2021. In one article in The New Yorker, Milley is quoted as saying that President Trump was going to strike Iran as a way to maintain his grip on power as soon as he could, something that conveniently made him a hero to liberals and Trump haters everywhere, just in time for him to hit the speaking circuit with Generals Mattis, McMaster, McChrystal, and the rest of the Mac losers who found that there's money to be made by dumping on President Trump public. The president recalls a 4-page report typed up by Mark Milley himself. It contained the general's own plan to attack Iran, deploying massive numbers of troops, something he urged President Trump to do more than once during the presidency. President Trump denied those requests every time. And here's the last line of this article. Trump told Bayer, I don't think I've ever seen a document from Milley, but the evidence presented in the indictment and the brief mention in Meadows' book suggests otherwise. So, guys, this is evidence. I'm telling you the facts before we even get to the question, because I want it to. This is obvious, right? You don't need a psychic to tell you about these things. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, okay, so let's go to the questions next. So now that I've given you all the information, we can look at it, right? And ask the question, did Trump sell the war plans to Russia or Iran or whoever, somebody that wants this information? So first of all, I guess we could just ask, did he sell this? Did he make money from this? And if so, who did he sell it to? I see he gave it to Putin because Putin was like, well, you owe me so much money, which is probably true. Guys, I had to interrupt the video just as I was saying it because my mother, of course, interrupted. But let me go back. So show me again what happened to this document. He has shown that to people. He was bragging about it, about the war powers. And he's surrounded by Russians, right? He has, remember Boris, there's a guy who works for him, Epstein. There's somebody with that name who works for him. And everybody around him knows because he will talk about it. So he's given it to Putin, and Putin has given it to Iran. That's right. And it goes back to that person's comments. This is why Iran is so well prepared, because anybody, if you know the enemy's game plan, you're going to win, right? So, okay, so now let's go to another part of the question. Is that it? I mean, I don't know how. I mean, guys, we've said this many times, right? But to me, sending troops while you've sold, like, I don't. He should be arrested right now. I don't understand. I don't get it. So, and okay, spirits are like, yep, just say thank you, God, for removing this guy from office, because you can't do that. You can't do that. Wow. And I see the White House is scrambling, and they're like making plans. He has to leave. He has to leave. And it's saying it's imminent. So, right. Because, and it's saying there's, right, this, they were just giving this just the slightest bit, because the truth is, and it's saying other countries, it's saying, France maybe, because they have people have, he talks a lot. Okay. And people hear what he has to say. So, okay, I have another question here. Has Trump, okay, does Iran know? That's right. They know that he was in possession of, and that alone is compromise. But it's saying they Iran feels like that's stepping over Russia's quote unquote territory, because Russia owns him, right? So in a way, they don't want to expose like Russia having it, and they're grateful for it, of course. So wow, okay. To me, this has to like, it's not. I don't understand. I'm really like, to me, this is done. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I am done with these motherfuckers. I am done with not doing anything. Like, are you letting people, like, you're sending people to die for this? For the guy who has already profited from this, who is not in jail for stealing the document and making money from it. That's right. It's saying, that's it. It's saying that, okay. And I see this nail in the coffin. I do not want him to pass away at all, because I want him to be alive. Yes, he's not going to pass away. He's going to be here to see it. So again, I see that they're scrambling because they can't. This is too much. And I see that they're like, oh, and guys, I meant to do a video because there's so much happening. Remember that one Susan Ow! What? I'll get goosebumps. Susie Wiles, remember her, of course. Recently, she was diagnosed with cancer, but I looked into her. I was actually talking to her. We looked into her. We did not pick up something like that. Okay, to be honest. So, it's just interesting, right? That this is happening because she left just before, because if you see in the document, they talk about her. They talk about Susie Wiles as being one of the people who saw these documents. So she had to leave before this stuff breaks. That's it. Wow, wow, wow. That's it. That's big. That's huge. Wow. Okay. Wow. So it's saying that's it. And it's saying that's it. We're close to the end. And guys, I'm sorry the timing, but this is like, I don't understand how this could go on after this. This is really this. That's it. It's over. I think I don't understand. Maybe I'm too excited, but there's no boredom after this. Killing your own troops, basically, right? So this is it. Wow, guys. I mean, I am like, wow. So I'm gonna put this out. In a way, it is as enraging as it is, it's also liberating, because we can't, that's it. We can't. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go for now, and I'll be back because I'm sure there's a lot breaking. Okay. All right. Thank you. See you later.